So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's do better_fitness, and that's for my work one, and our car one is watch_German_cars. Okay, please enjoy the video. So welcome to another video, guys. First, I'm just going to tell you why we're looking at 7-seater plus SUVs. My father passed away from cancer because it wasn't detected. Unfortunately, the doctors didn't catch it for the year that he had it. So we're going to be taking my mom a lot more. And plus the kids, we need a little bit more space. So I'm actually looking for 7-seat SUVs. So in this 20,000 mile review, I'm going to borrow two from my friends and I rent one. So the two that I've borrowed are the M50, so the V8 fast ones, and I did just borrow a basic one. So the basic one had the second row bench seat, and the two that I got from my friends had the captain's chairs. On the M50, I wasn't able to find the bench seat, so basically the review is going to be based on that. So, and the blue one, which is my friend's car, he's got about 20,000 miles on it now, and I've had it for a while. I've been borrowing it quite regularly, honestly. We switch it back and forth between the SQ8, so he gets to drive something a little bit sportier. But after this long of borrowing it, I've realized that I don't want it. It's even my SQ8 is honestly too big to park in most places. It's annoying when we go to nursery. People park too close to it, and these things are very expensive. And on top of all that, the seats don't fit in it that great. So I can put in two forward-facing baby seats in the back, which is okay. But if I have the captain's chair in the second row, we've got rear-facing seats. So put the rear-facing seats in the second row captain chairs, because that's where you can put the Isofix and in the back. You can't access the third row really. You'd have to try and squeeze in between the captain's chairs to get in. You can if you can fit, but it's kind of hard. And then everyone's like, you need to look at the bench seat. So I looked at the bench seat, and unfortunately, because we do have the rear-facing seat still, it makes the third row unusable. And this is as annoying to park and maneuver as the SQ8. So what I've opted to do is buy an electric Mercedes EQC 400 as my daily, and I'm just using that to go to nursery and stuff. So in that we'll have the two baby chairs, Isofix points, and in a pinch I can put someone in the middle, and normally no one's in the front. So if I need someone in the front, then I've got the space. And if I have to, my oldest has gone into a forward-facing seat now, so she can actually sit in the middle on her seat because she got a booster chair. But that's in a pinch. If I put her in the middle, then she has to use a different booster seat. Otherwise, we use an Isofix point, so that just fits on the outside as well. Okay, back to the reasons why I wouldn't pick the X7 M50 as my daily, and why I'm kind of thinking maybe the 3-row SUV is not for us. So unfortunately, with my two friends' cars I've been borrowing, they have the captain chairs and they have the screens behind the main row. So these screens are actually in the way of a rear-facing baby seat. And then when you do push the seat forward, it's very slow. It's all electronic nowadays. And unfortunately, if I have a baby chair here, you can't use this function, especially not a rearward facing one. If you had a front facing one, maybe you could move it a little bit, but not probably all the way. So a person would have to somehow slip in between the two, and rearward facing baby chairs are absolutely massive. So for us, I would not be able to use the third row in this vehicle. So there goes my plan of using it for if I bring my mom and maybe another kid. It just won't work for us. So in that case, and how difficult this is actually to park, it's the same problems with the SQ8. And I'm going to show you a little video right here. This is basically on a daily occurrence. I have to swerve around just to get through little streets. SQ8 would have got stuck. I would have to park outside here and then do like a 6-minute walk to get my daughter from the local community centers where she had a class today. And that's not really something that I want to do, especially when it's raining, or if you have another kid, you wouldn't be able to do this. So honestly, a smaller daily is a must here in the UK at least. So coming from me, where a power is everything, I love performance, everything, right? Everything I have is the fastest one. So these two that I borrowed are the 4.4 liter V8s, and yes, it's the 2020s and newer, so they get the updated everything. I still would not pick this now because This is a good car. It's fast, but the consumables are crazy. It's so heavy, and the engineering is amazing that it can do the things it can do, but it really is just wearing out its suspension. It's destroying these like ball joints, and it's too much for this kind of car, and it has to work so hard to be able to drive it like that. And honestly, it's going through the brakes like crazy. Um, it's not meant to handle this well and go this fast. So realistically, you should get a smaller engine one. And then I did drive a Volvo CX-90, and I did drive a smaller engine one of these BMWs, and I did drive the Santa Fe, and they're so much cheaper than this route. And if you could make it work for your family, for us right now it's not going to work because I've got the rearward facing seats. These third rows are not going to work for us. So no point in getting this long of a vehicle for me here when I'm not going to be able to use it. My wife jokes that maybe I'll have to buy a van, but I'm hoping she'll learn how to drive, and then she can just have the van. I did do the Land Rover Discovery as well. That one's pretty handy as well, but the same problems with the way our seats are right now with the baby seats. A third row is useless unless I get a van, and I don't want to. So we're gonna stick to the electric, and I'm gonna get something else if I have to go further. I was looking at getting another Porsche Panamera Turbo S, but unfortunately that's a 2+2 in the non-wagon. So otherwise, the BMW hasn't had that many problems. Honestly, I've had some screens malfunction a few times. It's been into the BMW dealer twice for the third row seats not locking in place. And besides that, it's just been basic maintenance on the BMW. It's been pretty reliable. I don't know how long term it's going to be. Honestly, it's got a lot of tech in this and a lot of electronics, and I wouldn't want to own this outside of warranty. The worst thing it's been is the fuel economy. I'm going to show you right here. You can see that on average, our consumption is like 11 mpg, and that's horrendous. So on all of the cars, basically C63 to the Panameras to the SQ8, I can average 25. And I know 25 isn't that great, but in these big V8 cars is pretty good. And the fact that I'm averaging 11 in this one is just insane. And this is not more fun than the SQ8. Even my friend has said that he uses the third row. His kids are all bigger, so they can actually fit. But he said if he didn't need that, he would much rather have the SQ8. But I told him the same problem with the SQ8, that it's problematic. I wouldn't want it too much longer outside of warranty. Hopefully this video has helped you guys decide. So in conclusion, unless you absolutely want such a huge vehicle, get it, but get a smaller engine one, because you don't need this big thing to handle and be that fast. It's not meant to be. Get something smaller and fun, and just use this as like a family long hauler. And maybe I'll buy something used when the kids get a little bigger that we can do that in. But for now, I've got this EQC that I'm gonna daily just because it's so easy. Honestly, you just plug it into the house. I'll make a video on that. The SQ8's gonna go bye bye, and I'm gonna get a couple other things. And I want to get my wife driving so she can drive something, and then I don't have to worry about having the practical cars anymore because I get bored. Alright, I'll see you guys next Wednesday for another video. Bye.